Hi everybody, welcome back to Materia D&D. I lied about the camera, we didn't even look at it, we've been just busy for our break. Welcome to part 2 of session 181 of Materia D&D, where we play D&D our way, and the Crass Menagerie are in one of the inlets along the River Slide at Greenhill, or the ruins of Greenhill, where they are at Wiggs's workshop. Wiggs, a artificer merfolk that they met many moons ago, seem to have established a workshop here. And Julian and the River Maw happens to be one of his projects. And he has converted a river cargo ship into a flying vessel. However, the Menagerie have learned that there are limitations. And they've also learned some more effects of what has happened in the area and how it has impacted existence here. So the story goes, and as far as lore, and often lore has some sort of bits of truth, that it was the Hag Mother, an ancient deity, was banished in this area, and the result of it was that she got injured and her blood spilled across the land, and that's what caused all the thousands upon thousands of hills to crop up in this area. Well, it turns out that that might actually be somewhat true, as it was uncovered that there is, a what was thought to be just a local ore, a local crystal, something that wasn't too important, but just something that they had, ends up having to actually ended up having some sort of magical properties. Properties that seem to have been either awakened or magnified to the point where they actually do interact with existence here on the material plane. Most likely due to the breach that the Mad Titan made during the ritual that the Crass Menagerie had stopped. This effect is probably what is causing the Earth motes to flip, and it is the inspiration that got Wiggs to create the devices that allow the River's Maw to now fly. Whatever, they did learn that there are limitations. They cannot leave the area. They're marking places where it seems to be able to fly. They also discussed the effects of like what it could be. Like, is it a tear? Is it a bleed? Is it two dimensions rubbing up against each other? What is causing all this? And this is for the Crass Menagerie probably to find out. So we're picking up in the evening wherever my players want to. They had dinner. They discussed. The understanding is that they were asked here to find information for Fuma and to report back. But knowing the Crass Menagerie, they're probably going to hang around and try to understand more or help with the area. So up to you guys. Let me know what's going on. You guys can discuss amongst yourselves. But I'm here, and we'll go for about an hour.
So, I guess we're kind of done. I mean, frankly, job done, right? I guess, guys. Theoretically, we could just report back to Whitlaw.
I mean, for the amount of time we've spent here, we've made a very good deduction, I want to say. We can always delve deeper, but
Yeah, I
who
didn't
knows?
follow a lot of what you guys were talking about, but I hope you guys got it.
We narrowed it down, but it's still pretty wide open. But
Do you think Ofuma will be happy with what? Well, not happy, but satisfied with what we tell him?
I'd say he would be satisfied. But the menagerie in me, I've got that little urge to keep going. But I know we've got other business elsewhere.
Yeah,
and elsewhere.
I don't want to be the guy who's like, well, we got to stick to the job, because, I mean, he didn't hire us thinking we were going to stick to every job for every second, like, he knows we're going to do what we're going to do. But I don't want to get into too much,
Skello, are you guys Cielo with you guys? I missed that detail. Are you guys talking amongst yourselves, or is it within the group, or what was? Who's
wherever.
in this?
I'm not trying to be private about it.
Yeah. So they'll be like, I mean, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's that kind of creepy, scary kind of cool, right? Like, it's neat and all, but like, what is it? And that's, I mean, like, the dragon at Carver was cool, but not something I wouldn't want to hang around too much.
Yeah, you keep bringing that up. I can't relate.
It feels like our flavor of curious. We'll we want to find answers, but it's always something
Okay,
something a little more dangerous.
let me put it this way: 24 hours. As long as people go in there. How about we go 25 hours and beat the record?
To the
Eh?
ruins.
Eh?
See, this is my assumption for an epicenter. I think
Eh?
it's very suspicious.
You gotta keep bringing up Marb. If Marb only goes for 24 hours, I will go for 25 hours, and I will be officially better than Marb.
I mean, you know,
Is
as
he the
soon
one
as
who
he
went
hears
24
about
hours?
that, he's gonna do 25, 26.
Well, there we go, and then we've helped him, because now he'll be motivated to help the area for longer.
We gotta sign it with our names, and he'll be like, "Sons of," you know, he'll might even do
I
27,
mean,
28.
especially if we signed it XOXO, he would really hate that.
Ah, he's going 30.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say you guys are really easy to manipulate. You need to be
Guys,
careful.
Davis, we gotta try.
You just completely ignore me. You guys are really easy to manipulate. Okay, I'm done.
And if you want to,
I mean, if we don't get it, if we don't quite have time to meet up with Grant or Marb while we're out here, at least like leave that call sign for to piss off Marb. That'd be funny. That'd be
Uh,
well worth it.
but
yeah, so you would know it would be at least another day's worth of travel to get the green bus from here, right? Like it's about a day's out from
right.
the ruins.
Mm.
I mean, okay, let's. So
Got
it
too
could.
many
It
options.
sounds super fun, and but could it be useful? Right? Like, could we learn something? Could we attempt to close some stuff off or something? Like, is there something we could do while we're in the ruins?
Mm.
Or is it just a, hey, we did it, we're gonna brag about it now?
No, I feel like there's, according to what I believe what Wiggs and Julian were saying, it seems the most well guarded. You gotta be protecting something, whether it's just a center of the madness or there's actually something there protecting it. It has me curious.
So we could at least learn more, which is the whole point of this mission anyway, right?
Yeah, I think we're down to two theories, and it could help us kind of lean towards one more than the other. It's either Mad Titan's power bled over, and it's just so powerful it doesn't dissipate or leave or anything. It's just kind of residual and doesn't leave or anything. And then the second theory is that our dimension and his dimension are kind of tangled a little bit. There's a bunch of like
Is this like the
bajillion
ethereal
tiny little
plane?
holes. Kinda, yeah. But at least that one it was parallel, but at least that one would close
Sorry,
properly. Well,
here
most.
between.
Mm,
You're good.
it might be so. Because those damn spiders,
Ugh.
they were going back and forth. They weren't quite living in both at the same time. They'd always have to go in one then the other, right?
Yeah, but Al, so you wouldn't know this, understand this better. Like the here between the ethereal and material plane, they're like the two closest next to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's so easy for, and I guess that would be like the most air quotes common form of planar travel would be between these two because they're right next to each other.
Yeah, yeah. You it's actually not bad. That's not a bad guess at all, Dave. Maybe it was a far away plane, but now it's a little more like the ethereal plane. It could be kind of
It's like it was pulled closer.
touching like that. Yeah, but they're kind of tangled and like hooked right there somewhere. I'm guessing we peer through the sky, but I can't make out where the hell anything is or was anymore, to be honest.
So if we were able to go look closer at it, would we be able to figure any of this stuff out? Learn more about it?
Potentially,
Alright, I'm
bit of
sold.
a gamble, but I think it's the only way we can. I think it's the best chance of moving us forward, helping them figure out the situation and see if it is more dangerous than we think it is.
I mean, even if there's not something we can do about it, I mean, It's one thing if those little critters are the most dangerous thing popping out of there. If it's gets worse towards the center and it's spreading out. I don't imagine there's a ton of people who are casting spells out this far. So they're maybe not as dangerous as stumbling across people like us would make them out to be, but
True.
there's some real nasty stuff in there, then it would be good to document it at least.
I mean, I would just hate for this whole place to become another choke, right?
So, no, it's certainly a fear. Yeah, if we can, yeah, anything to avoid that, anything to get a leg up and not let it, I don't know, fester. It sounds stable, but we're not sure until we're sure, and I definitely like to avoid another, like you said, situation like the choke.
Yeah. I mean, maybe we go find a little puzzle we solve and we close this one too,
Oh,
right?
only one way to find out.
There you go. I guess we're going.
Julian, you driving?
You want me, man, to drop you off at the... I mean, we haven't gone in a few days. It's about time we go check and see the currents. I'm down.
Ooh, it was partially a joke. What's the closest y'all have gotten? Have y'all gone to the ruins directly?
No, we've mapped some of it, but we don't go from extended periods. It's... We know a little bit of the outskirts.
Okay.
So we can take you to one of the places we've more recently mapped.
How
That'd
deep does the crater go?
Oh,
You mean down?
Yeah, that's what deep means.
Right. It's filled with water. I'm not sure.
Hey, Wiggs, how deep is the crater?
I would like to know. I haven't.
32
No one
meters.
really explored. Why?
I was just curious. We were thinking of taking a look. Heading in there. It's kind of on the way, you know?
Well, I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna warn you. Be careful.
I like
And
Dave's plan.
whatever you find out, you better send me data.
Send... Oh, like
Information.
information. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like Davis's plan of it being on the way. We just kind of take the Mason Fair and just kind of stick to the bottom, and we'll find something. That's for sure. If we're going down, we have options between down the Earth motes apparently. But I'm assuming, Julian, your mapping was mostly for the Earth motes, right?
We stay up. We navigate from Earth mode to Earth mode. We go slow.
Mm-hmm.
We go cautious.
It's probably smart.
And we go slow because the
Oh,
mild currents change.
okay. The currents change. Do the Earth motes shift very much?
A little, but they seem mostly within their area. They do not travel far.
Good, good. But yeah, I guess if we want to go for floating ruins, Julian is as comfortable as as safe as you feel going in. If you could help drop us off or something, or
That would be my plan. I will not risk my vessel or my crew.
understood.
You, on the other hand, I can risk. And he smiles.
Smile back at him. we've been through worse.
Hey, don't forget who gave you
But
your maidenhead.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm grateful for it.
Al starts flexing like he did something. I remember Angie was underwater. I'm trying to remember who was underwater in that battle.
Me and Grant.
It was you and Grant. Okay, yeah.
And a tallow bomb.
And yeah, and then Marb shot a bomb.
Yes.
A tallow bomb, go boom.
How about a depth charge to help everybody out? Oops.
Did it help?
A little bit.
Here, for memory's sake.
Oh yeah.
Big boy.
Daggers.
My God.
Mob
Yeah.
daggers. So, in the morning, we'll head. We'll go in.
Morning sounds good. Is it like late afternoon right now?
I thought it was like closer to
Yeah,
evening.
it's closer to evening at this point.
Okay.
No, wait, sorry, because morning. Yeah, just for the sake of it. Yeah, it's the sun is going down. I probably misappropriated tracking time, but
That's
for
okay.
the sake of it, time is going
Yeah,
down.
in the
Sun's going
meantime,
down.
we were kind of telling stories and stuff on the way here. We're in a bit of a storytelling mood. If you guys want to hear some of our travels, we'll share it with you.
Oh.
I mean, it's better than some of the stories we've heard lately, I'm sure. So, you tell us some stories, we tell you some stories.
Deal.
Very well.
I like it.
Yeah. So, yeah, do you want to go into details, or you just kind of just regale them with yeah, as I figured. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So Al's got to tell the story that he got interrupted in.
I would say
Second
I would-
story.
I would
Come
probably
in.
back up the story 15 minutes. Have Lulun do a little entrance, but within the confines of a room.
I guess.
Or,
She's just hiding in the corner, but like she's so giant, we can just see her.
She's ready. She's happy. She's excited. She's like, "Oh, I'm ready."
within 20 minutes, though, he'd be like, and then we saw the dragon, the apparition of avarice, and you go through all the names and
Yeah.
It's the
That was a bit of
avatar of
practice.
avarice.
The inept sausage, the one, the only.
I get you. But yeah, so yeah, you guys regale, you guys catch up, and then you guys are free to kind of, find your ways to make yourselves comfortable within the extra storage area.
I just
Or-
saw freaking sunglasses on Linden and Foundry. Nice.
What about it? Deal with it.
Deal with it. It's amazing.
What?
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, the
In
Lumen.
Foundry,
Yeah.
That's super cool.
I'll do it myself.
But yeah, you guys are able to rest. You guys are able to recoup. You guys are able to, prep for the next day. The extra storage area is welcome to sleep in. There is the boat outside if somebody wishes to kind of go out there and get permission to board and sleep. But that is something that's an option. Just to kind of keep it moving along since we're trying to be on the clock. Is there anything anyone wants to discuss or do this evening, or are we going to go ahead and roll over to the next day?
I will sleep on the deck with Loon. Let me know if I get malaria.
I want to stay up awake on trying to fly the boat.
You want to stay on the boat as well? Okay.
I want to fly the boat.
No, it's powered down. You could try to make a mission to try to figure out how to power it on. You're smart.
Yeah, I would. Well, but I would try to find somebody to be like, hey, like.
Try to find someone to be what? Sorry.
I would want to find one of the crew members that's not because he's already seen me not fly well, and be like, hey, we should do we really need to be parked here? We could maybe I don't know, a better place, maybe something prettier.
My friend, that would be a mutiny against the captain, right? You don't.
We're not stealing the boat. We're just moving it.
Ah. And what do you have in mind?
Hey Pebble, is there anything excursions.
What'd you ask, Pebble? I'm sorry.
I asked her if there's like a better area, like something scenic around here that maybe.
She just tweets and looks at you.
Thanks, Pebble. Yeah, just a fun boat, but finally, let's go hang out with everybody else.
Cool. So you guys are able to disperse and rest. If anything comes up for the evening, let me know. But otherwise, rest is had. Throughout some of the evening, you'll hear some of the tinkerings and workings of wigs throughout all odd hours of the night. I don't think there's anything else. But yeah, otherwise, fairly peaceful. Rest. I don't think there's anything. Really wouldn't be anything. I'm trying to think of what you guys said in the meeting. Red. Okay. Al, for you, I get a lucky roll. Go ahead and roll me a d20.
Ooh.
I may have one thing for wigs in the evening, just so you know.
Okay, we'll go to you then. Oh, okay, then yeah, you definitely get it. All right.
How about a natural 20?
Jeez.
Okay. Davis, go for you first, and then we'll go to Luna.
Thanks, cool Lulin.
Oh, but her chat icon doesn't show it. Oh, because it's like.
You put it on top of it. It's yeah.
Oh, is it like a drawing
No,
or something?
that one too. I updated the token. I need to update the
portrait.
The
Actual portrait. Yeah, if you do the portrait, it'll show up.
Alright.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm looking at my notes real quick. Oh yeah. I'll just pull wigs aside and be like, I don't know if you remember, like way back before all this crap. Like one of the times when we first kind of met, I asked about dreams, and if like maybe my glaive was causing them. Does it ring a bell?
Rings a bell, and assuming some of the changes to you are because of that.
Man, you are very sharp. Yeah, this is a different glaive, and I'll resummon it obviously, and be like, long story, we definitely owe you some of that. Yeah, very good story. But we actually did. Have you heard of dream gazing?
Let's see. What do you have? Let me actually check.
Yeah.
The guided tours. You go to
Yeah,
one of
the
them.
dreamer. Yeah.
Yeah, normally I hear people use it when they have nightmares or recurring dreams and they try to understand what's going on.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, yeah.
We did something. So we were in Whitlaw and we did a whatever. They called it dream gazing. There's something else, right? It got real weird and we got like kind of lost. And
Why does that not surprise me with you?
I mean, listen. I to do it, but yeah.
No, I'm not saying you did something intentional. I'm just saying
Okay.
it doesn't surprise me that something got weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was. I was curious if you'd heard of anything because you seemed kind of familiar with it, and yeah, it was very intense.
No, me personally, the practice of dream gazing, no, never really went into it. Never thought it was something worth my time.
But it's legitimate, right? Like that wasn't somebody doing something weird in my head. That was my dream just being weird, right?
I believe so. Why would a...
I was just. You seemed like a man who's more grounded.
My friend, I'm dealing with rocks that make things fly.
Yeah,
there's
like,
a lot. Yeah.
It's maybe top 5 of the things that are weird in my life, but maybe.
You have a weapon that you can summon at will.
Oh yeah, and actually here, like you can even I'll summon it again. Well, I mean, I guess I never unsummoned it, but I'll actually show him because I think I've described to you how it kind of works. How I was like show along the shaft. I'll be like, look, you can see right here. This is
Yeah.
where we fought the dragon. This is yeah. So kind of you can see it.
No, and it's beautiful. But again, weird is subjective. Something that is weird for someone is normal for someone else. Sometimes weird is something weird stops being weird once you become exposed to it. Yes?
I guess that actually, yeah, that does make sense. Huh.
So I'm sure when you first met me I was weird. Because I know
You were
I
not
thought,
quite like anybody I'd ever known, but I wouldn't say you were weird.
you know, let's make it easy and summarize it as weird.
Gotcha.
That's I take no offense. You and your colleagues are weird as well. But I know you, and you are my kind of weird. That is fine.
Thanks.
That's good. Some of the ideas that I have when I build and create, they're weird. But once they are given form and shape and material and you see it, you interact with it, you get used to the weird. We have a boat that sails the skies.
Yeah, I'm still
That's
not used to
pretty
that.
weird. Trust me. At some point, it will become novel and boring. Still hasn't for me yet. It's kind of exciting.
Yeah. But good work, by the way.
Frankly, surprised it works. Sometimes I impress myself.
Did you let Julian fly this thing? Like, you trust him for it?
It's his vessel.
I mean, okay.
It's his vessel.
Yeah, understood. I get it. Yeah, that's really interesting. I like that. Like if you just if you're around stuff that seems weird, it stops seeming weird. That kind of makes sense. That explains some things. Okay. And then like
I promise.
actually, very much under my breath, I'll be like, I would say like that might explain why Al likes Leo.
That's fair. That was not the right time for me to take a sip of tea. But that's fair. That's good.
Because that dude's
No
fucking weird.
mess. Hey,
He's cool, guys. I swear. He's always like this. Ah, shit.
yeah, it was cool. Hey, you told me he's eccentric, okay? I went with it.
I love it.
So, but
Thanks.
very well. Yeah, and
Oh, keep an eye on your apprentice. He's a
he's
shifty one.
sharper than you would imagine.
I mean, you'd have to be.
I have no talent.
I don't imagine he's at all sharp.
Well, there's always room for surprise.
I mean, to be fair, a lot of people think the same about me, so.
And yet here you are, a man that has faced down a dragon,
Yeah.
stared face to face with a god.
Jeez. I guess, yeah.
Most
You're
people
weird.
wouldn't think those decisions are.
What was that, Carlos?
I was gonna say most people wouldn't consider those decisions smart decisions if we're just talking about right.
Yeah. Definitely
Brave.
smart.
Sure.
Brave,
Foolhardy.
calculate.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Headstrong. Absolutely.
Par for the course.
Yeah.
Most certainly. No, but and then Wiggs would say, who knows? If you give me some time, I might be able to join you tomorrow. So, if we are done here, I would like to work on wrapping up what I started.
Alright. Well.
It's you.
It's good seeing you guys. Yeah, as promised, we'll let you know whatever we find out, if anything.
Oh, I know you will.
Yeah. And appreciate it.
You are men of your word. That has always been.
That's for sure. That's one thing we are consistent with is that.
Yes. And the survivors of Green Hill have not forgotten. Myself.
I'm glad. Well, you'll definitely have to tell Grant, Marb, and does Calasar ever poke his head back in?
I think we've seen him maybe once, maybe twice.
Okay.
I don't remember. He's tending to the swamp.
Fair. And I imagine Marb probably knows a guy who knows a guy who can talk to him or something like that, or maybe Marb talks to him. Yeah, just make sure you pass along our hellos and well wishes.
And we'll make sure next time.
Preferably we'll announce our coming ahead of time next time, but this was sort of last minute change of plans, so.
It was a good change of plans.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's very exciting.
I don't know if I ever properly thanked Jill, but thank you for saving me that day.
I mean,
That cage was crap.
the whole situation was real bad. But yeah, no, I mean, obviously.
Cages are definitely crap.
I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy you made it out of there because a lot of people did not. And
But many did make it up.
yeah, it's certainly more than, and I have to keep reminding myself of this, certainly more than the 0 that would have made it out if not for us doing something. So, yeah. Yep. We could still have a little bit of regret for not having done more, but I'm not sad for I'm not apologizing for what we did. I just kind of wish we could have done better.
And I think that is something that drives you forward. Something that keeps the Crass Menagerie honest and not stagnant and improving.
I hope so.
To use a term that I try to explain, you reiterate on yourselves. I reiterate on my designs, you reiterate on yourselves.
I don't know what that is, and I don't.
It's a compliment. Take it.
Okay.
Continue to improve on yourselves. Always.
Oh, okay.
So, I am not trying to be rude, but I want to join you tomorrow,
Oh,
or at least
fantastic.
part of this adventure. I would like to finish what I am working.
Okay, I'll let you get back to it. Watch your little apprentice.
Well, he's resting.
Okay. Thanks for everything. See you in the morning.
In the morning. Davis, the one thing you do notice is he's got a big old pot of coffee. So, he loves his coffee. All right. Anyone else? Oh, go ahead.
I said, and then Corbin's luck check, right?
Yeah. So Corbin, you're a luck check.
Or sorry, Al's.
Anyone else? Or are we just going straight to Al's luck? All right, Al, you're luck. Alright, I'm gonna try to guide you through this because I don't want to give it to you per se, but we'll do a little experiment and then we'll probably be close to wrapping it up here because it's almost top of the hour. So Al, in Green Hill,
Yeah.
there was something really unique that you guys found that ties into some of this, or like used a similar function or a property that you guys have been definitely, air quotes, abusing of late. Do you remember something localized within Green Hill that was very different from anything else that you ran into at one point? I mean, you can ask the group for help, but I'm just trying to see if you remember.
Can you rephrase or restate what you're
asking? So, alright. In recent times, you have been using a mechanic a lot of times. And I will just
to traverse large distances, to avoid things. But in Green Hill, I think that was the first time you were exposed to something
Yes.
alone.
So one of my two guesses, the throwaway one that I'm not gonna act on was the rock. What the hell? I just had it written down. Where'd it go? I can't read. Ste Salvi. Salvi was throwaway guess, but the primary guess, when we finish with Zarya in her sewer, we climbed a ladder, and we're in a windowless, doorless room with runes that let us teleport. And we almost killed ourselves. I almost got us killed. But we were. I think we only got to use it 2 or 3 times in there, but I think it was also the foundation for Al's teleportation magic.
Okay, cool. Let's backtrack. The window teleport, the window doorless room. Do you remember what it was on the outside?
Oh, I do.
What was it?
I mean, I'm just telling Corbin now. Wasn't it the Hag's Hut?
My brain is stuck on Mill, but it was
It was the Hag's
some
Hut, wasn't it?
store. It was in the middle of town.
Oh, okay, then it's different. What I was thinking.
It was. It wasn't the Avengers League, but it was like some kind of political building. No.
No. So this is it's fine. That's why I'm trying to help you guys remember. So that's where the luck comes in. So Zarya's thing, the way you got into it was someone uncovered that some of the boxes led to a tunnel going down. So you removed the crate, let down, and then you traveled to the and you fought Zarya. And when you Zarya and her trophies, you headed up. And that area is what you traveled in. That windowless, doorless room was like a tower inside a green. That
The tower inside of what?
the tower inside a green.
Oh, okay.
Tower.
You just, I think you're a little far from your mic and you're cutting out a tiny bit.
Jones is laying on the mic.
Oh, well, yeah, that doesn't help.
So I'm trying to. So recently, you guys have been exposed to, not recently, you've been exposed to it multiple times, but more recently, you've been exposed to areas that don't make sense. Areas of logic. The window.
Hard to make out what you're saying, honestly. Sorry.
There's only the important words that I couldn't hear, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Alright, I moved it. He got super cozy, so he just like put his head on
Sorry,
the mic.
Dad.
Like,
Love you, buddy.
It's a good pillow.
He's looking at me all like, "Why'd you move me?"
Gonna kill us next session.
Yeah, next session you have to deal with the wrath of Jones. So
the tower.
The tower was something out in the open, yet something that no one ever noticed. And there's a trick to it, right? And that's like where sometimes people of magic affluation are able to hide things in plain sight. Kind of situation. You guys have recently been to areas or places or demi-planes or things that are associated with towers.
The constructed, whatever it was called, I don't remember.
Yeah, the sculpted dimension with the sculpted tower. You've been to a necromancer's tower. You've been to, if you think about it, the workstation and the choke went up. It was a tower. The windowless, doorless, wooden building in the middle of town where no one seemed to go or notice was the
tower.
The tower.
Oh god, I'm
And
scared of
there was magic. It was insert what type of tower it was.
Grand Magus. Was it a fucking teleportation hub too?
It was a mage's tower.
Oh shit. At least we stole from it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'd bet $2 it was Zarya's, since she lived in the basement. She doesn't seem like the type who would live in her sister's basement. She seems like she would own the house or kill her sister for the house. Or found. Yeah, or kill a stranger magus, a mage, and steal their tower. Yeah. No, it's definitely on brand for her.
So the history of Green Hill, this is what your lucky was. Green Hill was a disheveled, was built and never planned out, right? came, people built, people expanded. What's to stop a mage to come and build and just have a tower and allow a city to swallow his tower so that it gets forgotten? And he has a means to travel around the city as he sees fit through many teleportation circles or portals.
So it'd be kind of a in plain sight kind of.
You?
Damn.
So, your lucky roll was that the very first mage tower that you guys interacted with, or were exposed to, even though you went to the Necromancer Tower, the very first one that you were exposed to but didn't figure out what it was, is this one.
Oh shit.
So Al
And it
basically just
dealt-
had a eureka moment, like there was a fucking tower here, it had a circle in it.
Al's laying on Lillian looking at the stars, and then he just gets it, like, abruptly. He's like, oh shit!
Yeah, you just sit bolt upright in bed.
And Landon like perks up her ears and looks like, oh.
It was the tower. The tower was a tower. Lillian, don't you understand? I'll grab her face and shake her lightly. Just like,
Yeah, and she just looks at you and big sloppy lick across the face.
we have to tell everybody. At least
So,
Davis.
yeah, Al, real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, so the degree of what it was seemed different, right? It didn't seem to be like a teleportation, like the same degree of like a key room, right? Like it didn't go to the other towers. It went within the city, at least from what you saw, right? Teleported within the city. But it still took advantage of teleportation magics. Teleportation magics take advantage of planar travel.
Oh
The
shit.
big ritual ripped something, or did something, or something. So potentially, your epicenter idea might be not all the way right, but might not be all the way wrong.
Oh shit.
E.
And if finds yellow, I think there's 8 holes.
Oh god.
Or 16, depending on the tunnel system. I don't know how. God.
But there we go. So maybe. So yeah, put a pin in it. Have fun with that lucky roll.
If we can find the underwater rusty hook, we can trace our way back to where the tower would have been.
That or it's destroyed entirely, like most of the city.
Damn it. It felt like it would have been resilient
The
enough.
obliterated
I
hook.
believe. New mission, boys. No.
You'll have
Yeah.
to get into its echo in the ethereal plane.
Ooh. I wonder if we can breathe in ethereal water. Or here betwixt.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. What's the other thing that I wanted to do? Karos kind of touched on something, but I might have to wait if we're actually comes up. Alright, anything for the night before we call it a morning / roll your shit and get a direction that you guys are going. Alright, one more time. I'm just gonna say, Al, anything? Or are you good? If you're, I woke up.
I'm good. Al will probably keep it to himself and keep kind of deep diving those thoughts and probably stay up an extra couple hours. Start writing a little bit down about it.
That's it. Okay.
He's not gonna wake anybody up, basically. Yeah.
Gotcha. Not for the evening. Got it. Alright, Carlos, anything that you want to do in the evening, or are you just happy getting some good rest?
I think he's happy to get some good rest.
Alright, happy to get that.
Well, half of this, all this stuff happened before he was involved, so he's just kind of like been piecing together where he came in and what happened before it. But
yeah, I appreciate that. That makes sense. I like that. Alright, Rock and Pebble, anything in the evening?
Nope, we're good.
No spell work?
Alright.
No, I went through 100 coins.
That's fun.
You're in an
I
artificer
do
shop, you
know
might
my
have some.
Fair. No, just a nice quiet evening.
Okay. And then, Davis, anything? Sorry.
Yeah, just for kind of keeping some stuff up. Ben and I work on. He'll teach me more celestial, just so that I get better
Okay,
at it.
sure. Go ahead and just to see, because I mean, at this point, you've been traveling with Rock. Go ahead and just roll me a d20, and we'll
Okay.
see how much you've picked up in the last couple of weeks of travel, really, with him. Because we haven't really done any of this. Aesthetically, you know it, but I know you want to roleplay that you're learning it.
That I'm learning it.
The ambient celestial is really easy to fall asleep to.
That's true, actually.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming along. You know, it's at a normal pace. So for your sake, you can still say that you're still working on it.
Yeah.
At some point, I'll let you know that, hey, no, you pretty much grasped the fundamental.
Relatively fluent. Got it.
Yeah. All right, cool. All right, well, with that, guys, let's go ahead and say that the day ticks over. Night is relatively peaceful. You fall asleep to the sounds of croaking frogs, chirping cricket, some little splashes within the water as whatever aquatic life is doing things. There's a distant banging and hammering of wigs working on something, as well as the forges kind of flaring up. There's the discussions in Celestial kind of humming. But all that passes, all of you rest. Go ahead and let's set you guys up for the next day. So let's hit your long rest button. Roll your, if you have any locked away baleful hit point dice, go ahead and unlock those or whatever you need to do. Set your fauna, set your portent, set your engine, set your totem. Go, go, go. Oh, Karos, that's the other thing I just remembered. Cool. Yeah. Let me know what you're doing in the morning. When it's morning time. So you can set your stuff, and then that's the one thing I need to know is like, what does Karos do in the morning? And then I will see if something plays out.
What do I do in the morning?
Yeah. How Karos wake up? What does he do when he puts on his armor? What does he do? Like, that type of stuff. That's all I need to know. But let's go ahead and set everything first. And we'll call it here pretty soon, guys, since, like I said, I have class, and Peter needs to go see his friend and help his friend and all that in the morning. So. And we're down 2 players, so we don't necessarily play too much without them. Ooh, that's a good Nirvana die.
That is good.
There we go.
Nice and low.
Edit.
It's weird how we say it's a good one, but it's like, in all honesty, it's like he still only has like the same percent.
But I mean, specifically for attacks, like
it is
19 will probably hit already.
Yeah, it's nice to get a
low one just to really flip the table kind of thing.
Yeah, makes it feel more like you're happy to get a crit whatever the die may be, but when that would have been a miss, it definitely feels better.
Yeah. So wait, we got an 8 on that one. Is that what that means on your macro pebble or rock pebble? Because it says 8.
No, it was an 8. I just changed.
Okay.
I didn't mean to click on it like that.
Nice.
Got it.
What did you do? Oh, nice. Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright.
There was an emoji module, I just didn't really like it, where you could do like reactions like in Discord. I just didn't like
that's
it.
Funny.
No, it's good because I'm all about overcommitting to bits.
Alright. Nice. Alright, so yeah, let's go ahead and I don't see everyone's thing, so I don't see what did Davis roll his yet?
Totem?
What's your totem at?
Yeah, it's a Bear's Endurance.
Bears? Okay, got it. And then CJ, you always have the most to roll in the morning.
Portents are 6, 6, and 17.
Oh wow.
5. Okay, got it. And then your engine is
2.
2.
So
you can
No.
distant.
Is it okay?
I gotta reread the engine. I forgot there was something like I think you always have one, right? That doesn't matter. I haven't read it over in a long time. Okay, cool. So broken engine set. That's set. Do your spell preps for your spellcasters, and it's the morning, so you guys get your rest. And Karos, yeah, just want to know, like, what is your typical morning routine, like when you're getting ready?
I mean, in the days that he doesn't sleep in his armor, he's probably getting that all laid out, like had it so it was airing out.
Yeah.
You know.
I like it. Yeah.
It gets stinky.
think it does get a little stinky, even with Al prestidigitating and everything, trying to help.
Just put it in a ring.
I try my best.
Just put it in a ring.
I mean, to be fair, Al is the true unsung hero from here because he keeps you guys hygienic. All right.
With all the
Okay.
amounts of guts and things that have been splattering over us, yeah.
So,
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I
so you
think
kinda-
I think you would get everything ordered. Just give it a once over, make sure nothing's fraying and things like that.
all right, I like it.
All the pieces in their place. Get dressed, and I think he's the type that, like, even in this, especially with what's happened since he's joined the group, like, even in a more peaceful setting, like this, the armor gets checked and put on first before breakfast or anything like that.
You don't let yourself go dull, basically, is what you're saying. You don't break routine.
Yeah, we've been involved in a lot of stuff that happened quickly and randomly, seemingly.
Yeah.
So it's just not.
I like it. That's good.
Yeah. If you can't be sure what's coming at you, just make sure
Yeah.
that you're ready for what you can see coming at you.
Okay, yeah, I get it. Sleep with your boots on, kind of thing, so that you're you don't have to worry about anything crawling in them, and you're ready to get up and run. I get you. So while you're like looking over your armor and like your breastplate, which I remember is magically infused, and I think you got it from Tabard or whatnot.
Yep.
No, the magic allows it to stay kind of nice and clean, right? It's easier to keep fresh, let's say, and it has a nice little sheen to it. And for when you're kind of, I don't know, like if you're polishing it or just kind of, working on it, just kind of making the straps are in place, you see a reflection. And in that reflection, you see not yourself, but for a moment, you see Knight Davos, like reflecting and like in your reflection, and you kind of shake your head. And then you don't know when or how or why, but the cloak is on your shoulders.
Say that again, Lisbon?
Your cloak, the one that you got off the night,
yes.
night Davos, has somehow made its way onto your shoulder.
Oh.
If you want to give me an Arcana check, you can do that.
I'll do my best.
And this is not the first time this has happened, right?
Nope.
Okay, just checking.
Nope.
Spooky cave, spooky.
But I don't think any of us are aware of it.
No, only he has, and he's only noticed it once. It's happened more than once, but he's only noticed it.
Got it. Okay.
This will be the second time he noticed. All right, 21. That cloak, while you know it's magical, is something special. You kind of notice it, and you kind of take it off, and then what do you do? Like you typically you've got it's on you, and you just kind of take it off. What do you do next?
Give it a once over. Maybe try like folding it up and setting it down.
Okay, yeah. So you kind of
Just
shake it
staring
out.
at it for a little bit.
Yeah, you kind of stare at it, do that, and then it doesn't do anything. A few minutes pass, and I would kind of imagine you kind of get back to what you're doing. You kind of look over it, and you start kind of like making sure your armor's in check again.
Mm-hmm.
And when you kind of look at your armor again, you kind of make sure that it's your reflection. Cool. And then you get kind of lost in your routine getting ready. You kind of hear the sounds of breakfast getting made and all that. And you go to kind of put, your equipment either on or just, ready to grab so it's easy. And in the room that did you stay in the room or did you stay on the boat? I'm trying to remember.
In the room.
Yeah, it's in the room. So within the room, there is some supplies there as well. So he's got some scraps of metal, some reflective glasses, some vials and all that. You kind of go and you kind of quickly kind of turn and you bump into something and some things kind of scatter. And when they scatter, there's a banner or like a piece of cloth that kind of falls over and it's kind of covered. And the one word that you see, it has like, it's like one of those ones like, not so like, where it says a slogan or it says a message or something like that. And it's an old thought. And the only words that you see that's like, because it's at the bottom of the pile and there's some boxes or knickknacks, all that kind of, is the word trust. And you read that word in your head, and then you feel the cloak kind of approaching you. The name of the cloak is Trust.
Oh.
And it is special. It is a +1 cloak of protection that does not require attunement.
Sheesh.
Okay.
It is a legendary cloak.
Sheesh.
Davos is a legendary cloak, and you are worthy enough to wear it.
Sheesh.
Nice.
Yeah, so you can modify it. You can technically make it legendary if you want, but it's a +1 cloak, per usual, but no requiring attunement. And it is named Trust. And it might do stuff for you from time to time.
Nice.
And
Like jump on your
If it starts
shoulders.
talking to you, we're gonna kill it.
Listen, you would want to befriend it. Be real.
let's put it this way:
No, I
everyone.
mean, that's right.
This is
I
not a Marvel thing, but everyone always expects a sentient weapon. What about a sentient piece of clothing? So yeah, you can name it. There we go. Yeah, name Trust. It is legendary. It does not require attunement. Otherwise, it is just a +1.
Nice.
So because of that, you will have to try to remind me. I will try to remember. Legendary. Like they ignore the properties of like anti-magic field and stuff like that.
Okay.
So like if that ever happens, you might need to remember me. It's like no, my cloak still works.
My cloak. Trust.
Trust still works.
Trust in the cloak.
Trust
Trust
could
that
not
it
be
still
broken.
works. Truthfully, the full slogan on the cloak. Like if you now need to grab the cloak, if you're ever to actually look at it, it's embroidered in an ancient language. Like how they have like along the sides
Mm-hmm.
message. You're able to read it. Like if you were a warlock and you had the eyes of the runekeeper, you'd be able to read it. But this is your cloak. It says, "Trust me to have your back."
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. So enjoy.
I shall.
Yeah. All right, guys. So with that, section 181 in the books.